welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the severe weather threat over the next few days in the United States. So as you can see here on the map I've created, the source I used was the Storm Prediction Center in NOAA. I used that and I put it onto my own map. So anyways, let's get into the video. As you can see here, like I was showing, the slight risk of severe weather for the East Coast here, as well as portions of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and into Wisconsin, as well as portions of the plains here, actually a large amount of the plains in a marginal risk. The tornado threat should not be too much of a problem for us today, and the wind threat will be the main focus here for the east today, as well as portions of the plains here and northern Wisconsin into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. The hail threat nothing really much to worry about for the east, although there still could be some hail, and some for the plains maybe potentially today. I don't know what happened here. Anyway, also some potentially here for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan into Wisconsin here, and then tomorrow the day 2 outlook. So tomorrow you could expect some severe weather for the East Coast again, as well as portions of the plains here into the west, as well as portions of the Great Lakes here for some severe weather. The tornado threat, not too much, although there could be 1 or 2 tornadoes here in portions of northern South Dakota. And then the wind threat here, you can see there is definitely some potential here in the plains here, as well as specifically around in the North Dakota and South Dakota border area. Still some potential, actually a good potential. That's the main threat for the east, and then some for the Great Lakes potentially. Then hail threat, not too much to worry about for the east, although in Maryland there could be some. Even outside of that, there could be some hail, but in the Great Lakes here, potential for hail, as well as the main potential for hail here in the plains, 15% chance of 2 inches or greater hail, specifically for that area because it has the hatched thing on it. Weatherwise, credit to them for next few images here. So as you can see, I'm fixing to pull up a radar, and this is credited to Weatherwise. As you can see, there are some strong storms moving through Kentucky here, and also there are some strong storms and severe storms, in fact, moving through the Upper Peninsula of Michigan currently, and that storm there is severe, as well as some in the northeast and mid-Atlantic here. Also down near Moncks Corner area, close to Lake Moultrie there is some severe weather going on. Some strong storms generally throughout this region are going to happen today, and it looks like they are already currently in progress. This is outside the original severe weather threat or the severe weather threat that the Storm Prediction Center issued, but that can happen sometimes, and especially in the spring and summer this does happen, where there are some strong and severe storms outside of that severe weather threat there. So it does happen. I mean, not really much else going on other than out here in the west, where we have a bunch of fire weather alerts and heat alerts. Not too much else going on other than that, the situation down in Texas. I'll pray for them down there, praying for them. Definitely they are in a situation down there that's not very good. I've heard some death reports out of down there in Texas, so definitely keep them in mind. So the Climate Prediction Center issued a temperature outlook for tomorrow, valid from July 3rd. This was issued yesterday, so it's valid from July 13th through the 17th. You can see the East Coast really has a good potential to be above average, especially in the Great Lakes region here. And the West also has a pretty good potential to be above average temperature-wise. This small sliver of the plains could be below average temperature-wise, actually. And then precipitation-wise, basically the west below average and everywhere else, in the east above average precipitation-wise. So you can see here the other 8 to 14 day climate prediction outlook. So in this outlook, you can see above average temperatures for basically everywhere else except this small sliver here for portions of the desert southwest there into Texas. Then the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, really much above average except for the northwest there. And this one is valid from July 15th through the 21st. Now, Weather Prediction Center, they do have severe thunderstorms possible for portions of the east outlined here, as well as heavy rain and flash flooding, for portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Now, we also do have a wide area of thunderstorms being possible even into the northwest here. Day 2 for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, the flash flooding possible for portions of North Carolina into Delaware here up into New Jersey. So from North Carolina to New Jersey, flash flooding is possible. And now we have the threats. We have this severe weather threat up here for the 10th. We also have excessive rainfall here, heavy rain there, and then also more heat. I believe this is hazardous heat. It is. So generally hazardous heat and potentially some excessive rainfall for the south, and especially the rainfall for the east, and also some severe weather and hazardous excessive rainfall for the northern central plains into the Great Lakes. Now, nothing really happening in the Atlantic hurricane-wise, and nothing really happening in the Pacific. The reason I pulled this up is because this morning I saw there was a low chance here, but I guess they took that away now. So the National Weather Service watch warning advisory display, there is some severe thunderstorm watches in effect for portions of the mid-Atlantic here, going from Virginia, southern Virginia, all the way into New Jersey. And then, like I said, we have those heat advisories and red flag warnings out west, things like that. And I thought it would be cool if we did something like we looked back at past recent events. So the most recently archived month was May 2025, and we're going to be looking about what happened that month. The west was above average temperature-wise, as well as portions of the south and into the east coast, although Oklahoma was below average temperature-wise. The south and as well as the east coast were above average precipitation-wise, as well as portions of the northern plains, and portions of the upper Midwest here were below average, as well as portions of the west here. So, anyways, thank you for watching today's video, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And you should check out EpicPen. They have these features you can get it for free, or for $2 a month you can get lines, circles, squares, and arrows, and then you can get fading ink and more colors and whiteboard and blackboard. That's all for today's video, so thank you for watching.